Well, this is going to be video number 2 on this project. This is my 3rd video. The first one starting out was the pond build, and then my second one, I came out last week and discussed a little bit about what we're doing here with Plot 5 and some updates on the burn and stuff we did, and just a few food plots and mineral site updates. So if y'all haven't done it yet, go check out that video. I think it's a pretty neat video. Today I'm up here at Plot 5, and this video is strictly going to be about Plot 5. So it's going to be kind of a 2-part video. I'm going to do an update today, and then I'm also going to do an update once we get this clearing done, which hopefully we will first part of next week, and might possibly get into planting. Today I'm up here. Brent and Curtis have been working up here, and they've got a lot done in the last 2 days. We've kind of been working on the pool and stuff down at the lodge, the backhoe and everything's been getting used down there. But the last 2 days they've been up here clearing on this, so it's looking really good, and it's just a big, long food plot. And I haven't ranged it yet from one end to the other, but I'm thinking between 400 and 500 yards from one end to the other. So it's going to be a long shot. But we've left a patch of trees right here that comes out into it'll be into the field, kind of a little draw coming out into the field that I think is going to be really good for setting up in bow season. We'll put a hang-on setup in there, and it'll be about a 50-60 yard pinch point right there, and the deer will probably still be able to get by at a certain point, but for the most part they'll be in range coming across this little pinch point. The plan for this year is to plant beans up here around the pond, and probably an acre just around this little area up here. And then we've got the shooting house back here behind the pond, and then we'll have between the beans and the corn probably a little green strip, and then we'll have a hang-on set there, and then corn from there back. So that's the plan for this food plot. It's turning out really nice, and the pond here is holding water really good. Now the big pond we still haven't done anything more there since the traco burnt, but we do have the traco here now, and as soon as this project is done, hopefully next week, we'll be moving straight back over there to get that knocked out. So hopefully we'll have an update on that soon as well. But for now, we're just working on this, and we bought a 4-row corn planter. Nothing fancy, just something to plant food plots. So we're going to try to be getting this stuff planted as quick as possible. We ordered our Eagle soybeans today, so those should be coming in next week as well. And I've got some NWTF corn that we picked up a week or so back from a feed store. So anyways, that's what we kind of got going here, and I'm going to come back in about 4 days or so and see what they've got done, and hopefully it'll look a lot different here in a couple days. It's looking great so far, and I'm excited about it, and excited about how many deer we should see out of this food plot. This whole place here has never had food like it has now, and we've just done a tremendous amount of work clearing, putting in water, putting in food, just burning whatever we can to try to improve the habitat here. And one of the main things I want to do was put in a lot of food to be able to hold the deer. We've got the cover, we've got the bedding, we just need food. So that's what we're going to have this year, hopefully, if everything goes good. So anyway, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna come back in a couple days and see how it's looking. So one of the things we're doing here is we're going through knocking all the trees down, and then we're coming and cutting them up and cutting the logs out of them. And by doing that, I'm hoping to get some of our expense back by selling the logs. Right now logs are not selling for a ton, but they're bringing decent money, the good logs are. So we're going to try to keep the better timber and cut it up into logs and get rid of it. We've bought a little log trailer, so hopefully we can get some money back, get some return back on this project, and maybe be able to upgrade some of our blinds. We've got some homemade blinds, shooting houses. They're not bad, but we're always looking to upgrade or just pay for part of the expense. So we got the logs piled up, and then we're going to take all these tops and stumps and line all the way down, kind of create a fence all the way around, and leave openings where we're going to have our hang-on setups, and hopefully that'll pull the deer in to those areas where they'll funnel into the field close to where we're set up for bow hunting. So we're going to try that. I've never done that before, and we're going to see how it works. It should work. It makes sense. And I've also got a log pile up here in front of the shooting house with perfect access to get up in that and be able to get in and out without scaring the deer. This is one that I know we can get into without scaring deer into the shooting house. We may not be able to into our bow setups, but the shooting house should be great. Well, it's been a few days and I'm back out here at plot 5. I'm a little bit lame right now. I had an accident happen to my foot, cut it pretty bad, so I've been kind of laid up, and I just now made it back up here. So I didn't get to film a lot of the clearing and stuff that I was hoping to get to do. Brent and Curtis have been working up here pretty hard and getting this ready, and they've made a huge difference. Right now I'm standing about halfway through the field. You can see that it's a pretty big field this way and a pretty big field this way. The shooting house is right through that boom of the Traco. So I'm out here this evening just looking around at what everything looks like. It looks great. We're planning on planting some corn and beans into this hopefully in the next day or so. We did buy a 4-row planter, and I might have mentioned that earlier in this video, but we've got that. We're gonna have to do a little work on it to get it up and going. But right now I'm here kind of in the middle of this food plot, and behind me here there's a patch that we left that's got a draw coming up. And we left several big beech trees and a couple other trees in here. I think there's a walnut in the back and maybe a couple white oaks and stuff. But we left a few of those in here, and this is kind of the narrowest point of this whole field. It all kind of comes together right here. And also up here behind me where the shooting house is, it really widens out. So it kind of bottlenecks down to here and then kind of spreads back out and goes about another 200 to 300 yards that way. I haven't ranged it yet. It's going to be a big field for sure, but I'm just kind of looking at it and picking out a couple more trees that we want to take down. There's a few along the edges that we're going to take out and try to spread it out a little bit wider. Just a tree sticking out maybe 10 foot or something, that where the rest of the edge of the field is usable besides where that tree is. So we're going to try to take the trees out like that. Then we're planning on putting a hang-on set right in here, a double set, and then we have the shooting house up there, and we'll put a hang-on set all the way at the far end. There's just a big long ridge that continues on out for a long ways. It's kind of the main ridge up here on this whole place, and it kind of runs all the way the length of the property here. So it's a really good ridge. It's got a lot of points coming off of it and a lot of points leading into the back of this field. So I haven't decided 100% on how we're going to lay this out as far as beans and corn and clover and wheat and all that. So we got to come up with a plan for that, and I'm going to try to do that tonight when I get home, kind of come up with an idea of what we want it to look like, and then we'll start planting on it. That's about it for this. I'm going to come back out here hopefully in the next day or so and continue this on out, and hopefully end the video with the planting and the plan that we put together on what we're going to plant in this field. I just got over here to plot 5, and I'm planning on hanging a hang-on set somewhere in one of these trees around somewhere here in the back. And on this other side here, we've built a kind of a fence, and we've left it open here on this end, and then down where we've got the trees coming out into the field where we're going to put a hang-on set up there as well. So we've got a couple setups like that we're going to try to funnel the deer into this field. But the corn and stuff here is looking pretty good. It's not growing quite like I would have hoped as far as being spread out pretty far, and there's a lot of skippers and stuff. I was expecting some of that, being it's a new food plot. It's not super level, and it was so dusty and dry. We tried to push it as much as we could to get it level, but there was only so much we could do. So every time we went over a bump, the corn planter would skip a spot or just lay it on top of the ground, and those spots are not coming up. We've got some rain hopefully coming in an hour or two, and hopefully that'll help some of that. But the corn itself is growing well. We fertilized it, and it seems to be growing pretty well. It's just not filled in like I would have hoped it would have been, but it's pretty good. Not looking bad at all, and hopefully it'll continue to grow good, and maybe it won't get too dry this summer where we can have a decent stand of corn here. But I'm gonna run up here to the other end, and we got beans planted in the far end, so I'm gonna run up there and check it out, see what it's looking like. So right here where we got this these trees coming out in the field, we've transitioned from beans to corn, and the beans here look incredible. They're really growing good. So far the deer haven't found them and haven't started clipping them off. We're going to keep a close eye on them, and if the deer start to eat them before they can grow enough, we're going to come in and fence it. But we're hoping that we don't have to. We're feeding like crazy, putting protein out and stuff. We've been using a bunch of buck trio from Backwoods Attraction, and we've got a feeder down on the far end. We're trying to keep them that way as far as we can. We've got another one just in the woods down there, and then we've got feeders all around, hoping to try and pull the deer the other direction from the beans. So that's our game plan, but who knows if it'll work or not. If we have to, we'll come out and fence it, but we're just hoping that we won't have to do that. Pretty cool. It's looking good. Won't be long. We'll be out here watching deer in this, hopefully. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll be bringing you some more updates. Don't forget to go hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching G3 Outdoors.